So it's been a while since I've done a tutorial video for a lot of reasons. Daisy's making a special appearance because she's a lot cuter to look at than I am. Today's tutorial is going to be on airbrushing, and I'll be airbrushing a bodysuit that I made for myself for an upcoming costume. Obviously, the first thing you're going to need is an air compressor for airbrushing. I personally have just a cheap little one I got from an online art store, but it's lasted me 15 years. It's done all of my commissions, all of my body painting throughout the years, and personal projects like the one I'll be showing you today. The second thing you're going to need is paints. For this particular project, I went with the Createx brand, and these are the only two colors I used because I just wanted a shade of gray, and I'll show you how to set them on fabrics. Obviously, you're going to want to wash your clothes and not wash your paint off. Generally speaking, I just go with what's on sale. I'm not like saying this is the only brand you can go with. This is just a brand that I trust. I just get whoever's on sale that week when I need them.
In order to make your bodysuit look realistic, you will need to put it on and mark each point on the body that will need painted. I use chalk to mark my own. That way when I put it on the mannequin, even though her proportions are different than mine, it'll match up when I wear it on myself. On mine, I marked the boobs, the collarbone, a belly button, and my lower rib cage just because my own is kind of prominent, leg joints and muscles, and a little bit of arm definition, and then do the same thing on your back. Then you can put it on your mannequin and you're ready to paint. So I've begun airbrushing the bodysuit, and I decided to start with the butt because why not? And as you can see where I marked the bottom of my butt, it's pretty much down the back of my mannequin's thighs. So that's why you always need to mark your anatomy on yourself, because my mannequin doesn't even have a butt. So if I put that on myself, it would look terrible if I hadn't marked where my actual butt is at first. I like to move quickly and in small bursts with my airbrush, but if you have a style that works better for you, just go with it. I also like to keep my shading pretty light. I've seen some bodysuits where people go really extreme with their shading and they paint out like a six-pack abs and everything. And to me, it doesn't look realistic because even if you are incredibly fit, spandex doesn't show that much muscle definition. So kind of keep that in mind when you're airbrushing, especially since this one is supposed to kind of look like skin. I didn't go crazy defining a lot of muscle and things. I have basic shadows, and I'm going to add a little bit of highlights when I'm done here. Then I mixed a much paler gray for my airbrush paint, and I went in and added some very subtle highlights. I didn't go really crazy with this either, but just a little bit more, particularly on large muscle areas like the butt or on my boobs, just to give it a little bit more dimension so it's not so flat. This particular brand of paint that I chose to use to paint this bodysuit likes to be set with heat when you're done, so even if all you do is hand wash your bodysuit, it still won't come back out. So I'm just using my heat gun to set the paint, but you need to be really careful and maybe even practice on some scrap fabric because it's super easy to melt fabrics or even catch them on fire, particularly spandex. So watch your temperatures when doing this step. And there you have it. That's all it takes to add a little bit more muscle or definition to a bodysuit, so they're not super plain if they're supposed to look like skin, or at least a second skin. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and thank you for watching.